Right now at 10, Elon Musk accuses a La Crosse Medical Foundation of improperly using federal funds. His reason why and the foundation's response.
And in-person absentee voting for the primaries is underway.
Plus, it is Transit Equity Day. La Crosse honors Rosa Parks' legacy with some free bus rides.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozorowski.
We begin with two stunning moves tonight from inside the White House. Several media outlets reporting that the Trump administration order to start eliminating the Department of Education. But there's a catch. He can't do it without congressional approval.
Also tonight at a press conference with Israel's leader, President Trump saying that the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip and redevelop it. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, said the idea should be considered.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing.
The president also said Palestinians living in Gaza, around 2 million people, should leave and be placed in other countries. We asked a professor of Middle Eastern history at UWL to weigh in tonight.
You have to ask, where are these people going to be moved to, and from where are they being moved? They're being moved from already a refugee camp. Many of the people living in Gaza were already displaced.
Trump is also not ruling out sending U.S. troops to help handle security in Gaza.
Elon Musk and an ex-Trump advisor appear to be threatening federal funding to institutions using the word Lutheran, including the Gunderson Medical Foundation. In an X post, Musk reposted Michael Flynn's post. It accuses groups of using religion, specifically the word Lutheran, as money laundering operations. Musk says Doge is working to shut down payments to the organizations. Gunderson says it has no religious ties, stating, quote, "Any public funding we receive is through existing public programs approved through the legislative process and is used to improve access to health care for our patients."
A UW-Madison economics professor is joining President Trump's Council of Economic Advisors. Kim Rule is one of 3 economists on the council. Rule will advise Trump on domestic and international economic policy. He'll be taking a leave from UW-Madison while serving the White House.
Governor Evers met with French Island officials and residents to discuss his $145 million plan. These plans are part of Governor Evers' proposed 25-27 executive budget, which includes grant programs to test municipal drinking water and private wells. The proposal also calls for funding statewide research on PFAS elimination and an emergency clean water supply. Evers says it will also exempt landowners from paying to clean up PFAS contamination.
Now we're taking care of the biggest part, and that is people that didn't create PFAS, but I have PFAS on their land, not because of anything they did. That is important. We'll get, by doing that, I think we can take care of this.
Governor Evers has made several efforts to allocate funding for communities affected by PFAS, such as French Island. His budget proposal will be presented to state lawmakers for approval later this year.
In-person absentee voting for the February 18th primary is underway. La Crosse voters were at City Hall earlier today. In Eau Claire, early voting was on at the elections office near City Hall. For your polling location, you can always visit myvote.wi.gov.
Well, we had a pretty chilly day today, I'd say, and we've also got a bit of snow potentially on the way as well, Greg.
Yeah, we definitely have a little bit of snow coming into Wednesday. Won't be a lot, but there will be another situation that we'll have to monitor, especially even with some freezing drizzle potentially, kind of like we had Saturday night, if you remember that small event. It's going to be similar setup with snow to the north, maybe some freezing drizzle, but it could impact evening commute, maybe even extend with some road conditions for the Thursday morning commute. But overall, snow amounts throughout the event really are going to be tailored up to the north. Now, they have come up just a little bit to Eau Claire towards Ladysmith area up to 2 to 4, but probably more on the 2 side than the 4 side there. Otherwise, you go further south, a lot of that is less than an inch, and some of that actually towards southwest Wisconsin, Prairie du Chien, Decorah could be a little mix of freeze and drizzle too. We'll have to keep in mind on that. Overall tonight, it won't be as cold. Temperatures pretty much will probably bottom out around midnight and then remain steady overnight with cloud cover and a lighter wind, so not quite as cold as you wake up tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's highs could get above freezing in certain areas ahead of the system. Most of the day will be dry, but we will get up to low 30s to the mid 20s to the north. Now overall, if you plan your morning out for La Crosse, we're getting up to about 27. That wind will turn around to the southeast, anticipation of that system coming. Some sun in the morning. We'll have more clouds towards noon. Similar for Eau Claire, 5 degrees. Around midnight, they should slowly rise or steady out about 6 in the morning, getting up to 20 degrees by noon. The other story behind the snow going to Thursday will be the windy conditions too for Thursday. And then we got another system that's poised for the weekend that has even more snow with it. So we'll break all that down a bit later.
All that sounds like February for sure.
It sure does.
It's back to winter.
Yep.
Thank you, Greg. Well, police have identified the victim and the Sparta suspect in a fatal crash.
It happened Saturday in Columbia County. 22-year-old Jeremiah Johnson is accused of leading police on a high-speed chase before crashing on an exit ramp. The rollover crash killed 24-year-old passenger Jaden Fargan of Bangor. Police believe Johnson was intoxicated at the time. He faces a homicide charge and is held on a $100,000 cash bond.
A Viroqua man faces a federal indictment for allegedly selling firearms to foreign buyers in Saudi Arabia. According to the indictment, 60-year-old Mark Bushman allegedly bought guns and gun parts in the U.S. and used eBay and other online marketplaces to resell them. He allegedly shipped the weapons to buyers in Saudi Arabia. The indictment claims buyers paid Bushman almost $400,000 over the course of the operation. He could face 42 years in prison and up to $1.5 million in fines.
The suspect in the Do Dodge Inn killing has been ordered to an inpatient treatment facility to be evaluated. 44-year-old Anthony Jackson is facing charges in connection with the stabbing death of 31-year-old Alex Graff in mid-December. Jackson is charged with first-degree intentional homicide and 2 counts of felony bail jumping. According to the criminal complaint, Graff's friend told police Jackson believed they were laughing at him, which led to the altercation.
No word on what caused an apartment fire in Chippewa County. It happened today off Highway 124. Fire crews were able to get everyone out of the 12-unit apartment complex. 2 people were hospitalized, no word on their injuries, and the fire left 11 people displaced, though the Red Cross is helping them out.
Well, UWL made the top 10 in Wisconsin's best colleges list for 2024-2025. The university ranks number 9 out of 34 schools listed. Research.com looked at everything from tuition cost to acceptance and graduation rates. Average yearly tuition at UWL is $11,573. Wisconsin is home to 40 colleges and universities.
Today was Transit Equity Day, a time to honor Rosa Parks' legacy and push for accessible public transportation nationwide. In La Crosse, free bus rides and local leaders marked the day. Mayoral and city council candidates spent the day riding MTU buses with residents.
Everybody has the right to participate in their community, and public transportation should not be a hurdle for somebody to be able to participate in their community, whether it is employment, medical, recreation, whatever the reason being.
As part of a 4-day celebration, free rides on MTU buses were today and SMRT buses tomorrow.
Well, if you're looking for an affordable home, Habitat for Humanity has 5 houses available, 2 in La Crosse and 3 in Hillsboro. They'll select homeowners based on income, ability to make monthly payments, and need for safe housing. You'll need to take pre-purchase classes and volunteer to be eligible. You can learn more at Habitat's upcoming homeowner expos. Visit habitatlacrosse.org/homeownership to learn more or apply.
Now, La Crosse residents now need to buy a permit to be able to use the Isle La Plume waste site. Resident permits cost $25 per vehicle. Contractor access is $1,500 for up to 5 vehicles. The site at 2000 Marco Drive will be open Mondays and Tuesdays from 10 to 6 and then weekends from 10 to 4. Our platforms have the link to that permit application, and the Yard Waste site opens March 24th.
A new ramen noodles restaurant is opening in La Crosse. Aikido Ramen will take over part of the former Fazy space. The Minnesota-based chain has locations in the Midwest and on the West Coast. News 8 Now has reached out for an opening date, but hasn't heard back yet.
Investigators pieced together the deadly plane crash on the Potomac River last week.
And some safety recommendations could come sooner than expected. Stay with us for the latest.
Unlock the door to your dream home when you apply for a home loan with Ultra. With our competitive rates, local servicing, and an expert team, we can help turn your dreams into a reality. Get started online or visit your local Ultra office. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
We see you out there, giving your whole heart to what you do. That doesn't mean you have to give your whole wallet, too. It's why we make sure that as you find your way, you can find value along the way. Like a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you spend $75 on Purina dog food, cat food, litter, and treats. Live your best lives together with quality nutrition and supplies from Purina.
That's what I'm talking about.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Banking should be easy. Ultra's A+ accounts put online and mobile banking at your fingertips. Plus, a contactless debit card for everyday purchases. No stress, just banking made for you. Now that's worth celebrating. Open your account today.
The remains of all 67 victims in the D.C. aircraft collision have been recovered.
Crews are now turning their efforts to recovering the debris as they search for answers.
Laura Aguirre has more from our nation's capital.
Just having the CVR and FDR from the plane is just part of the story.
The chair of the NTSB discussing the complex puzzle that investigators are piecing together. Data from the American Airlines jet's cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder, the CVR and FDR, is being analyzed. The jet plunged into the Potomac after a mid-air collision with an Army Black Hawk helicopter last week. The combination CVR and FDR from the Black Hawk has also been recovered.
Now they're taking that data and making sure that it's accurate, that the timestamps are right, to try to marry it up with the CVR FDR data from the plane.
The NTSB says the Black Hawk's black box did not have timestamps. They will have to manually create those, likely pushing out those findings about a month. Preliminary findings from the plane show the jet's nose pitching up moments before the crash, indicating the crew may have seen the Black Hawk, but too late. There's also been heavy speculation that the Black Hawk may have been higher than the 200-foot altitude limit of its designated flight corridor.
We'll have the Black Hawk, but then we'll take the plane and lay it out so it can be evaluated to figure out what the angle of the collision was.
While a final report from the NTSB could take a year or more, addressing any safety gaps could move much faster.
At any time, the NTSB can issue an urgent safety recommendation. We don't have to wait till the end, and if we see there's a need, we'll do it.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Also in Washington, the Senate has voted to confirm Pam Bondi as Attorney General. That vote 54-46. During her recent confirmation hearing for AG, Bondi took aim at what she called the weaponization of then-President Biden's Justice Department. But she said that she would not improperly target people with criminal probes like those against Donald Trump.
Tulsi Gabbard's nomination as National Intelligence Director advances in key Senate committee vote. The vote was close, 9-8. The move coming despite concerns raised about Gabbard's past comments, some called sympathetic to Russia, and Gabbard's past meeting with Syria's now deposed leader.
And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a step closer to leading the Health and Human Services, a committee voting earlier to move him along. The vote along party lines, 14-13. The full Senate expected to vote on Kennedy and Gabbard's nominations next week.
Well, it's that dreaded time of year, tax season. Most people have until April 15th to file their 2024 returns, pay any taxes owed, or request an extension to file. If you're itemizing, you'll also need property tax notifications and mortgage statements. Some good news here, though. It's not all outgoing money. Don't forget to claim those tax credits.
If you put together all the money that should could have been claimed. That wasn't. The IRS says it totals more than $7 billion. People, look out for those credits. They are valuable. You don't have to owe money to be entitled to those credits.
If you've got an online side hustle, you have to file if you made $5,000 or more in 2024. Those income amounts are steadily decreasing over the next couple of years to get more people to file.
We'll have more news ahead.
But first,
we definitely have more snow in the forecast. We're tracking the system for Wednesday, and then we have another one with more potential for even greater amounts of snow coming Saturday. We'll break both of those down and show you what the temperatures look like throughout the week. Coming up on your first Warn Weather update after the break.
Get this stylish sofa for just $295. Get up to 60% off list during our huge President's Sale at Slumberland. Gather around this 7-piece dining set, just $499. You'll get the best deals. The huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
The La Crosse Sports Show is back February 6th through 9th.
Shop the latest gear and explore a massive selection of boats, docks, lifts, ATVs, RVs, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and more.
Save big with exclusive show-only pricing. Grab cash and carry items to take home and enjoy family-friendly entertainment.
Come for the deals, stay for the fun.
If there's too much to see, come back a second day for free.
February 6th through 9th at the La Crosse Center.
Your ticket to outdoor adventure awaits at lacrossesportshow.com.
As head of criminal appeals, Susan Crawford had one job: keep a convicted rapist behind bars. Yet Crawford didn't bother filing the appeal in time, letting the rapist walk free. The victim, already scarred beyond measure, called Crawford's negligence utterly disgusting. Traumatized by Crawford's disregard for justice, her criminal coddling record is an injustice to us all.
The huge President's Sale at Slumberland. Get a Sealy Queen for just $399. Shop America's favorite sleep brands with a 365-night sleep guarantee. Up to 60% off right now during the President's Sale at Slumberland.
Yes!
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Well, after a fairly quiet January, in fact, La Crosse saw the least amount of snow in its recorded history. Our pattern is starting to be more active, and it looks like it'll even be active throughout next week, although there'll be dry breaks between it and some colder conditions. But we have one opportunity for snow coming tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Not a lot for most of the area. Once again, I think it'll be more centered for Eau Claire area like it was the past one, but it will be dry for most of Wednesday, actually milder too. The evening commute could be impacted, but I think a lot of it may fall after the evening commute. We could be that freezing drizzle, kind of like we had Saturday night in some areas. Doesn't amount to too much, but a little on the roads will cause some issues. And then going into Thursday, that's when the wind will be probably the story. Although it'll probably be dry, that wind definitely will be gusting out of the west direction, followed by a quiet Friday too. We'll have actually more sun to start off than I thought originally expected. It's going to take a little bit more time for the cloud cover to really thicken up. It'll probably be towards noon or thereafter where skies will be totally overcast. For some areas further north you go, it may take until the afternoon hour. But here's a little bit of that snow showers beginning to develop right after 3 crossing the Mississippi. As we get closer to the evening commute, it's going to be some areas further west and north you go that might see a little bit of snow. Areas to the south towards Volksfield, across, and south towards southern Wisconsin, that's when you might see a little bit of freezing drizzle mixed in. Temperatures will be in the upper 20s near 30, so we could see some of that continuing. I think continue on, we'll see a lot more of the shower activity expand across Eau Claire up to Rusk County. Further south, it's more scattered. We also could mix in a little bit of freeze and drizzle. This will continue throughout about 2 or 3. And I think by that point, by 3 or 4, most of it will push to the east. We could still see a little bit of flurry activity through the morning commute, maybe a little bit of freeze and drizzle, but most of the activity will be done. It'll be really the wind will be the story. And then we'll see clearing skies later on Thursday for a lot of areas. Now, snowfall, it's really centered towards the north. It's come up a little bit, really from about Red Wing to Eau Claire, then further north up to about just south of Lee Smith is we're an area of maybe 2 to 4. I think it'll be more on the lower side than what we saw with the previous system, but still very similar. Further south to go, less than an inch potentially for a lot of areas. Freeze and drizzle wise, we'll see some of that down here. So very similar to Saturday's event, kind of in snowfall and going into Sunday. We're looking at freeze and drizzle, really this trace to about 1/10 is further south. So we're talking Viroqua, Decorah, down to Prairie du Chien and Boscobel. They do have advisories out, but you got to get into northern Illinois to where they could actually see some actual 1/10 of an inch or more. So if you look at road conditions, it's really the potential for seeing any snow-covered roads. It would probably be late night, past midnight. Otherwise, we'll have slick spots. They could continue to Thursday morning, but that's when the wind becomes a story out of the west direction. So that's kind of what we're seeing with road conditions. Speaking of those winds, here what we're looking at 3 a.m., we're already seeing gusts above 20, and then by the time we get to midday and 5 a.m., we're seeing gusts close to 30 to the west. And then as we get later to around the noon, we're looking at temperatures, potential wind gusts that could be 35 to 40 out of the west. So that'll be the story for Thursday. There's your temperatures for tomorrow. Should be actually getting close to average. And we're going to see temperatures then even better for Friday too. And then we have the snow coming into Saturday, which we'll definitely have to pay attention to. That could cause some travel impacts. So if you got travel going on Saturday, definitely pay attention to the forecast. And then getting colder next week.
Sure looks that way.
Yeah, it's back to winter.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, who will keep pace? A couple teams with hopes of an MVC crown battling it out. Plus 2 of the area's best squaring off on the wrestling mat for the annual Pin Down Hunger Duel. Jacob is next.
Attention business owners. Start 2025 confidently with Your Choice Roofing, your trusted partner for commercial roofing solutions. Our expert craftsmanship and premium materials ensure a roof that stands the test of time. Don't wait. Our schedule is filling up fast. Get ahead of the rush and secure your spot now to protect your building and your bottom line. Visit yourchoiceroofing.com today to get started.
It's always been there, his love of the outdoors. Some days, you wonder if it might be his calling. Truth is, you know that the things he's passionate about today will build the foundation of what he does tomorrow and possibly inspire a new journey. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
Hey, Dominic here, and we always get asked, what do you have for fish and seafood? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these 4. Seafood, Cajun, lemon pepper, and yes, chicken. Just take your fish or even shrimp, shake on your choice of seasoning, and cook thoroughly until done. Use any of these 4, and you'll have your guests coming back for more. And they're all low in sodium. Get these seasonings at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Fish Eye!
The La Crosse Sports Show is back February 6th through 9th.
Shop the latest gear and explore a massive selection of boats, docks, lifts, ATVs, RVs, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and more.
Save big with exclusive show-only pricing. Grab cash and carry items to take home and enjoy family-friendly entertainment.
Come for the deals, stay for the fun.
If there's too much to see, come back a second day for free.
February 6th through 9th at the La Crosse Center.
Your ticket to outdoor adventure awaits at lacrossesportshow.com.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Coming into tonight, 3 teams in the boys MVC standings had 2 losses. Alaska had 3, so no room for error in a conference that has shown anything can happen. Hilltoppers handed the Blue Goals their first loss of the season back on January 14th. And Anna was up 6 at the break, but Aquinas took it to a new gear after the break. Calvin Barr to Trey Barr for 2. Then it's Trey getting to the rack. Acrobatic finish. Home side down just 1. Toppers then searching for some offense. Brendan Chenault fights through contact, gets the shot to go off the glass. but the Bar Boys put the team on their back tonight off the swat from Finley Strom. It's Calvin Soren for the score right here. Aquinas extending their lead, then the ball is going to be swung around. It'll end up in number 1's hands once again, and this one is finding the bottom of the net. Aquinas defends their home court with an impressive victory over Onalaska. Aquinas' next opponent, Central, on the road against West Salem. First half, it's Kyle Haley doing Kyle Haley things for the Panthers. Triple try is good. He had 22 to lead all scorers. Back and forth first half, teams trading buckets on each end. Will Schilling buries one from beyond the arc. Away side going up 3. Next possession, more success from the outside. Tyson Labus' shot is pure. We're back to tied. Then Nathan Carr gets in the passing lane, splits the Central players, and glides to the cup for the deuce. But how about those Riverhawks? They are playing some good ball lately. They pick up their 3rd win in a row, taking down the Panthers by 7. Other results from a busy Tuesday night. Central beats Onalaska on the girls' side from 16 from Alana Simpson in that one. How about the Logan Rangers upset victory on the road against Arcadia? Lily Detweiler was 16 in that one. Bangor gets a win over a good Hillsboro team, and Indy Gill victorious by 12 over Aliva Strum. In boys action, Luther crushes Logan. GET gets past Toma by 12. North Crawford continues to roll in the Ridge and Valley, and Rush Pete takes care of Spring Grove by 32. Badger men haven't lost to Indiana at the Kohl Center in 20 games. First half, it's Nolan Winter going to work on the block, spinning fadeaway, nothing but net. Wisconsin going up 10-2. Then off the steal, UW on the run. It's John Tanjay showing off the work in the weight room, skying for the two-handed jam to make it 21-4. A couple possessions later, Carter Gilmore from long range, splash, 24-4 now. Talk about a good start. Wisconsin hasn't lost to Indiana at home since the Clinton administration. 76-64, the final tonight. Top 15 matchup as Marquette on the road up against St. John's. Second half, Golden Eagles down 4, but a nice feed inside to Stevie Mitchell. That's good for 2. Then under 12 to play, Cam Jones drives, spins, and gets the floater to fall. Marquette still trails. Then with 5.5 to play, Jones for 3. Marquette takes the lead, but the Red Storm would do some damage late. St. John's pulls away. They get the win 70-64, the final. Well, we've got the 3rd annual Pin Down for Hunger wrestling duel. Holman Vikings hosting GET Melman. Over $3,500 raised to Holman's Hope and the Holman Area Food Pantry. Kicking us off at 165, it was Gunnar Johnson for the Titans, starting strong. First period pin right there. GET Melman going up 6. Vikings would answer immediately. 175, Jonathan Lamprich, locks in the cradle, and his man is stuck, so we're all tied at 6. Later in the duel, D2's 2nd-ranked Colton Koss makes quick work at 120, picking up the pin in less than 30 seconds. That pulls the Titans within 2, but after that, it was all Holman at 126. Nathan Henderson, he may be a freshman, but he was showing off the muscle, converts the cradle to a fall as the Vikings go on to win this one 56-20. Guys, very cool to be able to raise some money as well as see some really good wrestling as well. Some of the best teams in our area.
Oh, 2 incredibly well-established programs led by great coaches. So nice to see the community come out and support.
Everyone's a winner when you look at it like that.
That's
right?
right.
Also, Mason Crosby hangs it up today. So
yeah, officially retired.
What a career.
That's it.
What a career. That's it. So.
Legendary Packers kicker.
Oh, okay.
Great kicker.
All right.
Guys.
Yep.
All right, more news right after this.
Jolivet Family Farms, known for farm fresh fruit and vegetables, but featuring so much more. Come see all that we have. Valentine's Day, we have something special for your sweetheart. Homemade goodness, hand-dipped chocolate-covered strawberries, cream cheese pie, heart-shaped cookies, specialty chocolates, candy bouquets, Verde sparkling wine, roses, for all your heart-shaped needs, and so much more. There is no substitute for homegrown freshness, open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Honey, where are the kids? I put them in the furnace so I could figure out why we don't have any heat.
You did what?
Maybe it's that loose wire.
Maybe it's that plug vent.
Maybe it's the bad igniter.
Maybe it's a dirty flame sensor.
Or maybe...
Why don't we just call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning?
Quality you can count on, experience you can trust.
With over 50 years of combined experience, G&T services residential and commercial customers within 50 miles of West Salem.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made a most noble sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat or power again. 833-WIS-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you have trouble opening a window or keeping one in place, you may have frame damage, worn materials, or even hidden problems you can't see. You need a trusted window company to evaluate it, check for hidden issues, and possibly replace the window. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Buy one window, get 50% off your second window. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions or something less.
A team of engineers in the UK is developing a new kind of race car.
Yeah, it's designed to run on a different type of fuel made from our waste. The prototype race car is actually powered by hydrogen, a clean energy source derived from sewage.
Engineers say their vehicle also features a number of materials that would have otherwise ended up in a landfill, including recycled carbon fiber and beetroot waste.
We have natural fiber composites, we have recycled carbon fiber composites. We're using, in the motors contain recycled magnets. The battery itself we've recovered from essentially another car, a road car.
So manufacturers like Alpine and Toyota are already exploring hydrogen as a fuel for racing cars of the future. Engineers hope to use their hydrogen-powered car to break current land speed records.
Interesting.
Yet another reminder of just what's possible with science.
What is possible? So many things.
Very sustainable, I suppose.
Very sustainable.
So good for them.
Yep. All right, Greg has one final look at your forecast right after this.
Here at Maxwell White, we know how valuable your time is. From issues with your hot water to slower clogged drains, our team is always on time with friendly service and solutions you can trust. Don't wait. Contact Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
The La Crosse Sports Show is back February 6th through 9th.
Be amazed by Sarah Twister, the incredible performer who balances on her arms while shooting a bow and arrow with her feet.
Get grilling tips from Mad Dog and Meryl.
Learn from top fishing and hunting pros with live demos and expert discussions.
Plus, feed parakeets, try your luck in the trout pond,
And get your trophy rack scored for free.
come for the deals, stay for the fun.
February 6th through 9th at the La Crosse Center.
Your ticket to outdoor adventure awaits at lacrossesportshow.com.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. It's Easy Match Mania. During the month of February, you have a 1 in 7 chance of winning a bonus $1 Megabucks ticket when you buy a $2 Megabucks with Easy Match ticket. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Brad Schimmel. He wants to bring back the 1849 law that bans all abortions, with no exceptions for rape or incest. Schimmel gave plea deals to child molesters, let domestic abusers walk, with no jail time. And he's the one who let 6,000 rape kits sit untested for 2 years, while survivors waited for justice. That's Brad Schimmel. Too extreme for the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
With a tankless system, you can have unlimited hot water whenever and for however long you need it. Upgrade to a tankless today and never be left without hot water again. Rely on Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
All right, there's what we're expecting for travel conditions. It won't be till tomorrow evening. Snowy roads will be less of a concern, but slick spots off and on Wednesday night is something. And then the winds coming into Thursday will be a bigger story. Then we're going to keep an eye on Saturday event, which could pose even more significant travel. We get those 3 to 7 inches, which does look more likely. So something to keep in mind there.
Tomorrow's our last 30s day, it looks like.
Potentially, for what?
Bundle up. All right, thank you for joining us at 10.